Welcome back to the programme. Thanks for being with us tonight. This behind me here is the Lindsey Oil Refinery in Lincolnshire. It's the last British-owned one in the UK. They turn oil into things we can use like petrol and diesel. And as you expect, a whole community relies on this factory because hundreds of local people work there. But this week, the government said they couldn't find a buyer for it after the original owner went into administration. 420 jobs are now at risk. Catherine Jacob has been to speak to some of those who are desperately waiting for good news.
I don't know after I leave here what I'm going to do, where I'm going to end up. How my bills are going to be paid.
It's all my life. I've known nothing else.
It has to be saved. We can't lose 2 refineries in the UK in a matter of months.
It's one of only 5 big oil refineries left in the UK. But after nearly 60 years, Lindsey Refinery in North East Lincolnshire is set to close. The government announced no buyer could be found after giving just a 3-week window to find one after the owner's Prax Group went into administration. Among those being made redundant from left to right, Lee, who's worked there for 3 years, Dave for 13, and John, who's been at Lindsey 25 years.
Devastated, and not particularly just for me, but for the families as well. I work with other lads on the shift that have only been here a short while. They've got kids, mortgages.
Families are going to have to split up whilst their loved ones work away elsewhere because there just isn't the facilities to work around here for the type of money that the families are used to.
They are looking to transition to green, but this isn't a transition. This is absolutely off a cliff edge. You know, I think everybody will agree oil isn't around forever. There needs to be a transition, but it takes decades.
This community lies in one of the most deprived areas in the UK. This hotel owner told me it's bad news for the businesses who rely on the refinery.
The effect was felt, I think, on day one. That particular week I had 2 guests.
How many would you normally have?
I would expect about 10. The hairdressers, the shops, everybody's going to, feel the pinch in one way or another.
The government says it's deeply disappointed with the untenable situation in which the owners have left the refinery, and it's urging them to do the decent thing and provide voluntary financial contributions to support the workers. The government's also providing training to ensure that all those made redundant will have the skills needed to work in the clean energy sector.
One local leader says it must remain part of the country's critical national infrastructure alongside renewable energy targets.
There's a huge growth in the green energy sector along the south bank of the Humber in offshore wind, decarbonisation. So it is a growth sector locally, there's no doubt about it. And I think, if we can get people trained up, there would be jobs for them in the longer term. But, people want the assurance in the short term.
Though the refinery's on-site crude oil supplies now run out, it's not the end of the road until the official closure date of October the 31st. If a buyer can be found. Catherine Jacob, 5 News, Immingham.